Hi there. Good morning, everyone. Welcome to today's webinar. The aim of this morning's session is to show you how we help construction companies gain real-time visibility and control over their businesses. My name's Adam Barker. I'm an account manager here at 4PS UK, and I'm joined by Karina Ray, who's going to be taking you through the bulk of today's session, so I'll hand over to her in just a second. But before I do that, I just thought I'd give you a quick overview and an introduction to 4PS as a company and let you know what it is we do. So we are 4PS and we specialize in creating software solutions specifically for the construction industry. All of our software is built on Microsoft's Business Central platform. We've been creating construction software for around 20 years now, and over that time we've grown considerably. We've now got over 250 members of the team, spread over 3 offices in Belgium, our HQ in the Netherlands, and our UK office here in Birmingham. We've completed over 600 implementations across the world, mostly in the UK and across Europe, with customers spanning all sectors of construction, general contractors, civil engineering, M&E, installation, facilities management, house builders, etc. Not so long ago, we were voted the winners of the Construction Software of the Year award, which is excellent. We're very, very happy about that. The event was judged by some of the top industry experts, so it was a big, big milestone for us. And reflecting that recognition, we've recently been awarded Inner Circle status with Microsoft, which puts us in the top 1% of Microsoft's business application partners worldwide. And as part of that, we were selected by Microsoft to be one of the first independent software vendors to bring our system to their latest ERP platform, Business Central. So not only did we get a bit of a head start in doing so, but we're very proud that Microsoft acknowledges 4PS as one of the leaders when it comes to construction business management software. So I mentioned Business Central there. For those who don't know, Business Central is the successor to Microsoft's flagship ERP system, Dynamics Nav, which handles all of the processes you'd expect to manage in an ERP system. Our 4PS Construct product brings a whole heap of additional functionality on top of that to manage all aspects of a construction business. Everything from lead management, estimating, budget, project management, subcontractor management, service and maintenance, applications for payment, retentions, CVR process, plant management, timesheets, etc. And of course, taking care of all of those things within one system can bring massive savings. It's very common for each department to have their own ways of working, a lot of the time using different systems. So naturally, when these systems don't talk to each other, a lot of time has to be spent manually rekeying data, which then has a potential, of course, to cause some massive problems. For example, if you wanted to report on the life cycle of a whole project or a contract, and each department has data stored in different systems of spreadsheets, it could take days, maybe even weeks, to gather and sift through all of that data. And by the time you've pulled your report together, you're then making decisions based on information that is out of date. And in a fast-moving construction project, that's even more of a problem. And also because everything has to be manually entered several times into different spreadsheets with no validation, the report you just spent a week putting together, which is now out of date, might be completely wrong. So what we're aiming to do here is to give all departments and your whole business one place to work. Now, of course, you can use other tools, you can use specialized bits of software. Many people do that, and we understand that, and we interface to those systems too. But the point is, we want to bring it all together into one place. One system that's going to help you reduce the amount of errors, automate your processes, and allow you to make better informed decisions about your business. Now, while all that is great, that only really addresses processes which are handled in the office. And of course, most of your really crucial data is coming from your sites, and we recognize that. So to really take this idea to the next level, we've created a bunch of portals and apps which add functionality to other areas of the business, which might not need to have a constant hand in the back-end ERP system. So we've got things such as the field service app, which we're going to touch on today, which is for field engineers to manage and update their service calls, all of which then links directly with the ERP system back in the office. We've got the timesheet app, which again allows on-site workers to submit their timesheets and automatically linking back to your projects and finance. You can see 4PS Control up there, which is something else that we're going to look at today, and that's one of our latest portals, which actually allows non-4PS users, such as your customers or your subcontractors, to interact and trigger certain parts of the system. So hopefully you're starting to see sort of the picture we're trying to paint here. We're really trying to bring together as many aspects of your business as possible into one system. And then, of course, being built on a Microsoft platform allows us to take advantage of the latest and greatest Microsoft technologies. So 4PS Construct is built into and integrated fully with the complete Office 365 suite, Power BI. We've started doing some really interesting work with the Internet of Things, where we're actually getting objects. It might be a piece of plant or a component in a boiler, for example, getting that piece of equipment to automatically send data into the system, which can trigger certain processes in relation to that object. So, for example, you might have an item of plant that sends an alert to your system saying that its oil pressure is low. So what we're doing is we're essentially getting that bit of equipment to log the problem, create a service order, send the call to your engineers without any input from any members of staff. So again, we're really looking to bring as many of your day-to-day tasks into one place and control as many aspects as possible through one common system. The great thing about all of this is that everything that you see here is fully integrated out of the box. So you've got control over every process within one system. Of course, having all that information in one place means you've got real-time, accurate, and easy to access data, giving you complete visibility over your entire business. So in order to demonstrate what this actually looks like, we're going to take a look at how you could manage service and maintenance contracts within 4PS Construct. So we've got a fully integrated service and maintenance solution as part of our 4PS Construct system. Now, this is a good example because we're going to see how different aspects of your ERP system can be interacted with using some of those apps and portals that we spoke about earlier. And likewise, how your ERP system can actually push data out to your customers, subcontractors and field engineers. So I'm going to hand you over to Karina now, and she's going to walk you through these different processes and show you the different flows of data through the system. So Karina, it's over to you.
Hello everyone and welcome to this webinar about service and maintenance. My name is Karina Ray and I'm a consultant at 4PS. For this part of the webinar I will take over from Adam. I will talk about 4PS service and maintenance, the total service planning and all related products. 4PS gives you total visibility for planned and preventive tasks or emergency repairs. You can schedule engineers to achieve the efficient project. From a simple work order to integration with your full construction system, 4PS Service and Maintenance deploys service staff efficiently and profitably. So what is 4PS Service and Maintenance apart from what Adam and I just told you? 4PS Service and Maintenance can be used for small jobs, which can be call driven. You have no prior agreement with the customer and you use cost plus for billing. So every hour or item used from the job will then be invoiced to your customer. 4PS Service and Maintenance can also be used for simple contracts, where you have made agreements with the customer regarding hour rates and or material prices. Or for complex contracts, where you have an agreement with the customer, for instance, on response times, the service level agreements, where you perform preventative and corrective maintenance and control the asset management. 4PS Service and Maintenance can also be used for the combination of all these processes together. Not only can you use 4PS Construct, but for service and maintenance we have a complete corporation model. Products can be used in combination with 4PS Construct. Products that have been all developed by us ourselves. 4PS Control can be used by your customer to register a call. This is for the emergency repairs that need to be done. The call is then visible in 4PS Construct for the back office to be able to follow up on this matter. Any status changes are visible then in the portal for the customer, and all the data is updated automatically. Because the data is updated automatically, and there's a direct link between 4PS Construct and 4PS Control, there is no double data entry. You can see there's another line shown here. So if you have your own asset management system, it is also possible to have a direct interface with 4PS Contract to load a large amount of jobs into the system that, again, there is no double data entry. I'm now going to show you the entire service and maintenance process using all the modules and products we have available for it. Of course, it is also still possible to use only 4PS Contract without all the other products. Then when the back office is following up on a call in 4PS Contract, they can use 4PS Control again if they wish to use a subcontractor for this particular job. So the same portal is used, but then with different functionality. So a portal that can be used by your customer to register calls, or stay updated on calls or preventive maintenance that's been planned, or it can be used by your subcontractors for receiving jobs that they can perform for you, with a starting date, ending date, and for when the job needs to be finished. In combination with 4PS Contract, our planning tool can be used for planning the jobs or work orders with the field engineers. And the work order can also be sent directly to the field service app. That way the field engineer knows exactly what needs to be done and when it needs to be done, and as soon as the engineer has completed the work, the back office can start to complete the order in 4PS Contract and send an invoice to the customer. Depending, of course, on the contract agreements that you've made with your customers regarding invoicing. The customer will see all the updated information in 4PS Control, because 4PS Contract is a fully integrated construction software package that can be used in combination with all of the shown products. Now if we take a look at an example case, an example here being a utilities company. The company in question might maintain the assets of the customer and perform emergency repairs. This could be, for instance, maintaining all the traffic control systems or the street lights along a certain road to prolong the lifespan of the asset, or perform an emergency repair on a traffic control system that has all of a sudden stopped working, which of course could be very dangerous. An employee from the customer could report the emergency repair that needs to be performed by the utilities company. The call could be reported to the utilities company by phone, email, or directly using 4PS Control. The information will then be visible in 4PS Contract for the back office, without any double data entry. Of course, if you already have such an EDI solution for your customers, this can be integrated with 4PS Contract. On the customer side, you could also have a branch manager that manages to follow up on all outstanding calls or the planned maintenance, and when all the orders are due. All this information is available on 4PS Control without any double data entry. The office staff can then start to follow up on the call, create a service order in 4PS Contract, and plan the correct field engineer to perform the job. The field engineer can then receive the order using the field service app. The employee can create the call using a mobile device, tablet, or the web browser. Registering what the problem is for which asset, and the ability to add an existing picture or creating a new picture. And the call has been created. The branch manager can see the status of the call. Has insight in all the calls or service orders that have been created. This could be orders that have been created from a call or concerning the planned maintenance on the assets. The office staff in turn follows up on the call that's been registered, by creating a service order and planning this with the correct field engineer, or if required, planning a subcontractor to perform the job. The branch manager can see the updated information in 4PS Control. When the service order has been created, the office staff can start to prepare the order. If items are required for this particular job, this can be done straight from the service order. By creating a purchase order if the items are not generally kept in stock, or if the required item is in stock, an inventory order can be created. The logistics department can then pick the item in the warehouse and have this ready for the field engineer to pick up on his way to the job. On the service order, information can be added that is relevant for the field engineer. For instance, if this order has a high priority. Once the service order has been planned, the graphical resource planning, or the GRP, can be used to plan the order with the field engineer. The graphical resource planning shows all the resources, and resources could be your own employees, but could also be your subcontractors. The GRP can consist of different types of views. So a view with only your own employees, only the subcontractor, both combined, or even a personalized view, where you could even go as far as showing the resources in a specific order. I have different ways of showing the orders. You can see the orders in a day, week, or month view, depending on what is relevant for you as a planner. In a graphical planning, you won't only see the emergent repairs that need to be performed, but also the planned maintenance. Depending, of course, on what you've agreed upon with your customer, an asset could have an annual maintenance that needs to be performed. This is to prolong the life expectancy of the asset. But this could also be certain inspections that you perform every once a month, 3 months, 6 months, you name it. These agreements are all added to a service contract you have with a customer. And after adding all these agreements to the contract, the system will propose the maintenance or inspection that is due for the asset. The proposal can then be used to create the service order. So no Excel sheets that need to be updated, but just one system that will propose when the maintenance is due. The service order can then be planned with the correct engineer. The orders that have been planned for the subcontractor can also be shown in 4PS Control, where the subby has a login and they can see all outstanding orders, when they are required to complete the order, and what is expected of them. So the same portal is used for your customer, but then for your subcontractor using different functionality. These could be orders for planned maintenance or for emergency repairs. Once the order has been planned for the correct field engineer, the one that is able to perform the order can be sent to the field service app. To be able to plan the correct field engineer, it can be useful to set up disciplines into the system. For instance, civil engineering or mechanical engineering. And then by filtering on the discipline in the GRP, you'll be able to see all the engineers are able to perform the job. The field engineer can then start to process the order using the field service app. All relevant information is shown on the order, the details of the order. Any documents have been added, and the field engineer is able to add documents or pictures to the order. The asset the order has been created for. For this asset, there might also be certain inspections that need to be performed, And inspections could be, for instance, that when a traffic control system has a default, that you check certain functionality is still working. You could see this as certain checklists. They can add items that they've used to perform the job. If the field engineer requires an item that he does not have in his van, or was not ordered prior to the start of the order, the field engineer has two options. They can drive to their vendor directly and collect the required items. For these items, a purchase order will be created, or they can add items that need to be ordered by the office staff. The office staff will then create a purchase order or an inventory order for these items. Another work order will then be created and planned with the correct engineer once the items are available. Extra costs can be added to the order. A debrief can be filled in by the engineer. So what was the problem, what was the cause, what was the solution, and extra text can be added. This can be extra information for the customer or for the back office. When the order has been completed, the field engineer and the customer, if applicable, can check the summary, and if required, the order can be signed by the customer. Although for this example, for a utilities company, the chances are slim the customer will be at the location. Of course, if the field engineer was not able to complete the order completely, due to the fact that perhaps an item needs to be ordered by the office staff, the field engineer can choose the option Follow Up. The office staff will then know that they will need to create a follow-up order and able to complete the job. The information about the order will also be visible in 4PS Control for the customer. They will see that the status has changed, what the problem, cause and solution was. In 4PS Construct, the office staff can start to review the order, check if all the costs have been registered on the order, if all the work has been performed, or that a follow-up order needs to be created. Once the order has been reviewed, depending on the contract agreements, the invoice can be sent to the customer. For instance, if you have a contract with your customer, if you get called out for an emergency repair, that the labour is part of the contract amount the customer pays every month. But that any materials that are used, that these are not part of the contract amount. So the customer will need to pay separately for any items that be used for the emergency repair. Depending on the contract agreement, the amount to be invoiced is calculated automatically. The invoice can then be created and sent to the customer. This was just one part of the service and maintenance module, the process of an emergency repair that needs to be completed. Another process is setting up maintenance or inspections for the assets. To not make the webinar too long, we have decided to not show that process. If you are interested in this part, you can always request a demo. So what are the advantages for service and maintenance? End-to-end construction software specifically designed for the industry, fully integrated construction software, one solution for your processes, no double entry, total visibility regarding the planning, ability to maintain different types of contracts within the system. This can be anything from a simple contract to a complex contract with lots of assets where we perform preventative and corrective maintenance. I thank you for your attention and will now let Adam take over.
Thank you, Karina. So I hope you all found that interesting. Hopefully we've been able to give you a bit of a flavour of what's possible in 4PS, but more importantly, I hope you can see why managing all of these processes in one place and integrating your different departments is better for your business. So just to recap, we've talked about the benefits of a full end-to-end system and why it's important to manage as many processes as possible in one place. We've also looked at how we can extend the reach of your ERP system to those outside of your office and organisation, and the benefits of digitising those processes. And finally, we demonstrated how those different aspects of our 4PS construct system interact in our service and maintenance module. As I'm sure you can appreciate, we've only just scratched the surface here today. As I mentioned earlier, there's huge amounts of potential for all sectors in construction. So if you'd like to know more about some of the work we've done with businesses like yours, please feel free to get in touch with any of these fine young gentlemen you see on screen now. They'll be happy to help you out. If you have any questions about anything that you've seen today, again, have a chat with one of the guys or take a look at our website for things like customer stories, blogs, and videos. So once again, thank you very much for your time this morning. We hope to hear from you soon, and we'll see you again next time. Cheers.